If you're a soccer player, then you have heard of TransferMarkt at some point. But why is it so important to your career as a footballer? My name is Hamid Babali, and I am a professional soccer player and current free agent. And I've played in 4 different countries now for various teams, whether that was in 2nd division, 3rd division, and every place I've been to, every country I've been to, every sporting director or agent or coach that I have talked to has always asked me for 2 things. First things first, they always ask me for a highlight video. And second things second, they always ask me for a TransferMarkt profile. Now, why is it TransferMarkt and not just a normal CV? The answer is quite simple, really, because it's really easy to lie on a CV. It's really easy to say, I played for this big club's youth academy, when you never did. You've never even set foot in that country. So, yeah, of course, coaches, they don't like that. So they're typically asked for TransferMarkt profiles. Now, TransferMarkt profiles are way harder to lie because there are analysts and there are editors all over the place that can make edits to a page, whether that's a team roster, whether that's a game day schedule, whether that's statistics, etc. So coaches trust TransferMarkt a lot more. It also gives you a market value so they can get more or less a gauge of, how hot you are in the market. So yeah, TransferMarkt also provides a very easy way to see your nationality, passports, statistics, your team playing history, where you've played in the past, where you've played during your youth career. It has all of that. So coaches love the fact if you have a TransferMarkt profile. And it shows that you've played at a high level. It can be a non-professional level, but still a high level, because leagues that get followed are only typically very elite level leagues. So having a TransferMarkt, super duper important for you and for your career as a footballer, especially if you're trying to go pro. Now, how do you get onto TransferMarkt? Here's how I did it. Disclaimer, this only works if a club that you have played for in the past has a TransferMarkt profile. For example, I'm going to go to Balvi Sporta Centers, which is a club that I played for in Latvia in 2019. I'm going to go to their TransferMarkt. As you can see here, there is a roster. Not all clubs will have an updated roster, but you can go in yourself and update it. All you need is to make your own TransferMarkt editor account, which is free, and you'll go to the page here. Go to edit. That's what you're going to want to do. Go to historical squad correction, and that's where you'll be able to find the page where you can do your squad corrections. Look for the year which you were at the club. So for most of you, it'll be the most recent year. And that's where you can go all the way down the list where you can type in a player name and you can add in your own player. As you can see, for some reason, I'm not on here, although on the actual one, I am on this roster. Now, another disclaimer, you will have to submit some sort of proof if you want your edits to be approved much quicker. And that can be, a website. That can be a link to a website where the club has its official roster. That can be a game sheet. That can be statistics, etc. All as long as it is something that's verifiable, that will allow the change to be done a lot quicker. Now, there's no guarantees that TransferMarkt will approve the changes, but this is how I got my profile to work, and this is honestly the best way as an editor to do this, and that's what I've found to do. So that's what I do. I just typed in my name, add entry, you can add a squad number, and that's essentially it. Now, if you are approved, if TransferMarkt approves this roster change, then you will have a player profile there in TransferMarkt that you can type in and search up. This is mine, for example, and you can make changes and edits to this page. So this is mine, my last club that I've played for, as well as my positions, my height, my transfer history, etc. And you can go into edit, profile correction, and you can fill out all the information that's in this. So you got your citizenship, passport, where you were born, height, what foot you are, what positions you play, right? Current club, previous club, what youth clubs you've played for, any additional details that you want to add, you can add as well. But remember that you need to have proof. So you can add an account from a different website. You can add a roster account. You can maybe add social media. I wouldn't really advise that because that's not the best source, but they're all my clubs. And yeah, it's helpful to the processing of correction suggestions if a source of information is provided. You see, that's what it says there on the page as well. You can opt out of that, but that will make your changes a lot harder to be approved in future and in the present. So typically you want to put in proof of some form that, okay, these changes are correct and accurate. So that's it for this video on TransferMarkt and for the importance of having a TransferMarkt profile in your career. Comment down below what other questions you may have about the professional football world, and I'll try to answer them in an upcoming video. Please subscribe, like. I appreciate you guys so much, and peace.